welcome to Josie's Joyful Journey, where I show food preservation in a small kitchen. Ground beef was on sale. Yay! We know that it has been so expensive lately, and they had these big packs of it on sale. So today we are going to cook it and get it ready to package to go in the freezer. And that way we will have cooked ground beef ready to go for quick meals. So we have almost 4 pounds of ground beef here. And what I'm going to be doing here is, because this is a lot and this pot isn't quite big enough, is I will be just doing this in batches, going into here, and then once I have this little batch cooked, I'm going to be putting it in here. The reason being is that if you remember when we did the chopped onions and I froze them, I'm going to be adding this into there. And then the other thing is that in order to bulk it out even more, I cooked up some lentils. So I will be adding lentils to it at the end also before I package it up. And by doing that, it not only makes it go farther with this meat that was on sale, but it also is adding more protein as well as fiber. And that is just a really great, easy way to give that to your family. You'll get that extra fiber because everyone, almost everyone, needs more fiber. We all know Liam does not need more fiber. If you know, you know. So, it's also, if your family is not used to, if their digestive system is not used to having lentils, this is also a really great way to slowly introduce lentils in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start getting these cooked and over to here, and I will be right back in a little bit. So for me, the easiest way to get the cooked ground beef over to this pot here is with this. And I can just scoop it up, drain as much as possible out, and just toss it over there. And by doing this, I can just keep cooking. I can add some more beef into here. And when it gets to be just a little too much of that fat, I will drain it off into a jar that I have set aside. Got all the ground beef cooked. And what I did is, because I was done with that one, I moved this one over here. It just makes for better viewing. It makes it so much easier. So as you can see, I've got the ground beef in here, and I still have this stove on. It's just I've turned it down to a medium low because one, there is still some pink to the beef because I am continuing to cook it. And then I've got my frozen onions. Don't even need to thaw them, just throw them in frozen. Give those a good stir. And you can see it in there. I know this pot is kind of an overkill. It's what I have. We always use what we have. And as much as I would love to have been able to use my favorite one over here for the whole thing, it's just when you're doing larger batches like this, you're gonna dirty more than one pot. It's just part of the process. And it's worth it though, because I'm going to have enough ground beef for quick meals for my family for a while. This needs to go for a little bit longer before we add the lentils. So if you can see in there, the onions are now translucent. That is a really good sign that it is time to add some lentils. Now, I'm not dumping them all in at once simply because I don't know yet how much of this, which is a whole bag that I cooked, I'm going to be adding in here. I don't want it to be all lentils and no meat. So I'm just going to scoop it in there. Apparently I'm also going to be sweeping some up. I'm going to scoop some in there and then stir it and see where we're at. We can definitely use some more. Okay, let's just do it this way. There we go. Ooh, looks good. All right. So you saw how much was in this pot before. Now look how much is in here once I add those lentils. And you really can barely tell that they're there, especially when you're using this for cooking. And I did not use all of this, so what I'll be doing with this right here is I will put this in a Ziploc bag, a freezer bag, and freeze this for later use. This can be used in so many ways. I have not really used lentils much, so I'm excited to add it more into our diet. And this is the start of it right here with some ground beef. I got it all cooled off and I have all of it bagged up here. I did set some aside for us to have some for dinner. I mixed in some taco seasoning because it's Tuesday and everything is awesome. Anyway, so what I do is, remember, label your bags. So this is how I get this. I may have shown this before, but basically you want to roll it and then get as much air out as possible. Get that zipper closed and then take it and just spread it flat. And then this way it will freeze better, it'll be easier to store, and it's also really easy to thaw out. And so I hope that next time ground beef is on sale and you're able to take advantage of it, that you can buy a bunch of it, cook it up, throw it in your freezer, and be able to have food at the ready for your family. Don't forget, life is a journey. Let's make it joyful. If you like this, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, send it to your friends, do all the things. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.